How y'all doing?
We doing amazing.
Doing amazing. Thank you so much for the opportunity. First and foremost, we've been listening to this station since kids.
I used to go to sleep on Max 94.1. Like, look, it's
and I've never been here. So if you can imagine, as someone that's a local artist, creative, hearing your voice over the airwaves, hearing the impact that this station has on our region, and to actually be here is everything.
Well, thank you, love. That means more to me than you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just need to hear certain things for things to become clear for you.
Yes.
And just to know that you're on the right path, you're doing it for the right reasons, and I appreciate you for that. Now, when we're doing these introductions, I mean, here we got some twins in the building, so the bros fresh. Like, which one is bros, which one is fresh?
look, we just put it together, baby. Look, I was like, with twins, it's always like, look, you got a 50-50 shot. That's how we do it. So look,
can't be that wrong.
some people look. We've been knowing people for years, and some people think we look just alike. Some people are like, nah, y'all don't look that much alike.
Right.
And then it's like, well, look, if you don't. You Thurman Torrance with one of y'all, you got a 50-50 shot, and that's pretty good odds depending on how numbers go.
So this is how we'll do. We'll just do, hey, you, one of y'all got to turn around.
Look, exactly. Hey, twin,
twin.
As usually how it happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's been a journey for you. Like you said, you're a creative, you're an artist, and here we are, 2020. We got this new project out, and I want to say congratulations because I had the chance to check it out.
Thank you.
And that's why I had to put you in the hot seat.
Hey,
I got questions that need answers.
Come on.
We got
it's
your
not often
answers.
you get the chance to really put people in the hot seat. And as an artist, I can tell you where I get my lyrics from.
Yeah.
Sometimes they may come from my own experiences. Sometimes they may be experiences I would like to go through. Sometimes it may be a conversation that stemmed from a relationship issue with a friend.
Yeah.
So, okay, pick your favorite song off this new album. We're going to start off with that.
We in the hot seat. I'm going to take the jacket off.
That this conversation is going to open up the line of communication when we're talking to our brothers, when we're trying to understand the emotions, because you don't get the chance to be emotional beings.
Yeah.
No.
It's okay for a woman to be emotional. We like Mary when she's sad.
Yeah.
We can relate to her when she's sad and when she's going through her lyrics and she say what she's going through.
Yep.
But when you're giving us the softer side of you, are you being so transparent to where we're thinking it's soft? Are you being so hardcore to where it's like we're climbing this fence and we just can't reach you? So if you had to pick your favorite song off this new album, I'm listening.
All right.
So for a couple different reasons.
Okay, and we're going to listen to both.
The one I love that I feel like communicates raw feelings, Wedding Ring is one of my favorites, but close second is a sleeper. It's actually the first song on there, 333, the last song that we recorded for it. So the reason I say that one and Wedding Ring, I'll say that one first, because it was really one of the first times that we were really beginning to tell a lot of our personal stories in our music.
Because transparency is a big deal, especially with being an artist and writing. I think for both of us, I can speak for both of us, where like let me speak for myself first.
Okay.
I really had to be comfortable being vulnerable through my music.
And that's one of the hardest things to do, because in this society we're impressed so much about, be this type of man, be this type of male, have this attitude, have this type of bravado, have this type of approach. And for us, we had to peel all that back and say, no. We've been incepted, we've been impressed upon. Let's pull back these covers and see what's really there. Speak directly from the heart and what we're feeling. What am I dealing with in this moment that might be on my mind emotionally, that might be on my heart to speak on? And really just doing it, but it takes courage to be able to do that.
Now, here it is. This isn't your first project, though. So who had to come to Jesus meeting to say, hey, man, now is the time for both of us to get on the same page and be the same level of transparent? Who was the first to the plate?
I think might have been me. Because life, what life does, it's going to open the paint up for you. It's going to force you into the paint.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like either you can flow into it or it can force you into it. You know what I mean? So I think for me, I had a child last year. I had my first baby girl.
Congratulations.
Shout out Anthem James, true.
And that changed your life.
Oh my God, it changed my life. But not only did it change my life in good ways and it gave me some perspective, but it also focused me.
Okay.
Because I'm like, look, I'm shout out everybody. We 29. I'm just gonna put my age out there. Like, I'm not 18. I'm not 16 having a child. I'm not 21 having a child. So it wasn't that bad. But what it did for me is that it shocked my mind, and it shocked me that, all right, what am I going to do? What do I really want to do? Like I said, we turning 30 this year.
Right.
I only got so much time to do whatever I want to do. Of course, time is a figment of our imaginations, and I get all that. But for the trajectory where I see myself, where we see us as a collective group, a core, a creative force. Where are we going? Let's get serious about this. I don't
Hold
want to
on
waste
a
no more
second.
time.
You just time stamped 30.
Yeah.
Now, you hear women doing that all the time, saying our clocks, our clocks, our clocks. And when we hit 21, it's big. 25, it's big. 30, it's big. 40 would be big. I didn't think that the timestamp was really a big deal for the guys.
Well, for us, and you know, I'm just being transparent. So
Is
we in
it?
the hot seat. Yeah, it is. I mean, with our belief system and the way that we do things, from a Christian worldview, 30 is a big year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the year Jesus did his thing and lit the world on fire.
Okay.
And for us, we knew that with everything that's transitioning in our lives, that, you know, what might be affected, not affected, all of that came together to a culmination. Really said, okay, well, look, it's time for us to really focus in. We now have the resources to focus in. We have the mindset to focus in. We now have the team and people around us focused in to be able to get this done, because we knew we couldn't get it done with there's two of us,
Right.
and we still couldn't get it done. I've had more progress in this last year and really these last couple months leading into this new decade, more so than I've ever had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our flows are crazy right now.
And the
Everything's
wisdom to
coming in.
notice it.
That's what I'm saying.
I think a lot of it has to do with mindset,
Yeah.
maturity,
Yeah.
wisdom. You got to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't have it, like I didn't have it when I was 27. I
Didn't
started
have
to
it.
get it when I was 28. But now at 29, like I said, we spent our 20s working tirelessly, getting things together, creating these relationships, making these
Yeah.
bonds with people. Now 30, I'm stepping into mastery now. It's
The
time to
turn
turn
up
it
is
up.
here.
Everything is getting
turn up
turned
is here.
up. Every
Turn up is
single
here.
thing.
Now, you know, we talked about the transparency in 333 and all that came about. He tap danced around his wedding ring so swift.
Yeah, look.
Oh, Lord, she gonna come
he
back too. He gonna
tapped
come
in
back.
on
So
me quick.
So I'll say, all right. So I will say that's my favorite song on there too.
Okay, so you got your brother back. I see
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So I'll say, because I remember back. So
Well,
we,
he started the concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember when we were writing it, we were sitting down.
so we flew in our friend Thomas Audubon. He's based in Nashville. Amazing. This is my guy to work with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's like a real unassuming white dude, just like kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But he be killing it. Like, we just vibe with him.
Understands.
We just vibe
He
with him. We just
understands.
vibe. He understands us. So we love working with him. We were blessed to work with him on every single song in here. So I mean, we're at our crib. We just messing around. We brought it down for a couple days. We just see what happens. So we just started this song, and the music came first, which is usually how it does for us in our process, and then just the
little
it's
melody.
always the same thing. Asking about a wedding ring.
We're like,
Right.
I was like,
Right.
asking about a wedding ring. I said,
Asking about a
I
wedding
said,
ring.
Lord, we
Pressure?
might have a topic here.
Pressure.
Because I've never heard anybody really talk about it from a man's perspective. Talking about the
No.
pressure that men feel. Talk
Okay.
about the expectations that come with being in a relationship for a certain protracted period of time.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
it's a real thing.
women are on a clock. We live in a clock-driven society, even though we shouldn't, but we live in a clock-driven
We do.
society.
And I mean,
So
and just to be honest, how many holidays are we showing up together before you pop up with this
that's
wedding
what I'm
ring?
saying. So
Questions that
That's-
need
that's-
answers.
look.
dealing with the pressures that are associated with that. As a man that is 20, I've dated people. I enjoy the dating process and things like that. But it's every situation that I've ever been in, it always comes up. But it's one of those things that it's like, if you listen to the lyrics, it's always the same thing. Asking about a wedding ring when we've been down.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
I get it. I get it. I
Like,
get
we
it. So
ain't been
listen,
down.
But
Like, what?
listen
Like,
to me though, okay?
you know, I get it.
Questions that need
All right,
answers.
come on,
Because
let's
we
get
supposed to be
in. Come on.
transparent.
Yes, all right.
You know, and I can
Yeah.
ask this from a single woman's perspective
Yes,
because that's all I know.
And I love. Come on.
I'm
Yeah,
here
I love
for
it.
right?
I love it.
So I'm just saying that if we've been down,
Yeah.
and we know that we want to be down because we enjoy each
Yeah.
other's company, we're on the same frequency, we are vibing. Life is great right
Yes.
now. Why would I have to be the one to ask about the wedding ring and it's always got to come up and be the same thing? Like, what would take you to say, hey, this is the one?
So.
Well,
We might understand time. Look, look.
yeah, well.
Ain't gonna do that. Ain't gonna do that.
No.
We just decided who gonna answer this first. I'm gonna
Okay.
get mine. You go
Yeah,
ahead.
so the one, right?
Uh-huh.
So I feel like the one is a subjective thing. It's an open thing. I'm looking for precedent of where, it's said or it's written. Look for this one person. There's going to be one individual that's going to fulfill everything in your life.
Okay. Will you know that instantly? Will it take you 10 years, 3 years?
Well,
six
it's a
situations?
time thing, because one of the things that I feel like culturally is a big issue in our Southern American Black culture. It's a different thing. A wedding ring is a trophy, but the thing behind it is, behind that symbol is a set of ideas that are beautiful, but a lot of those things are antiquated. You realize, and I'm gonna just say the statement, you realize the tenets and the understanding that we have about how to do marriage was written by 2 single men.
Okay.
The biggest writers on marriage that we base our marriage off of, even in this country, are Paul and Jesus.
Okay.
Both of them ain't had no wife. So clearly they could see something in their singleness that married people couldn't see.
Okay.
Or that they might have been blinded to at the time.
And so then I'll step out and then I'll look at different marriages and different people's situations. Now, I don't know the details about people's marriages and situations, right? We don't know what's going behind closed doors and what's be happening in people's bedrooms and their homes.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say there are not many marriages that I can look at. I'm just going to be general. Look, that I'd be like, dang, I want that.
That's the one.
That's the one.
See, that's your problem. You're not on Instagram hashtagging relationship
but that's the thing. But that's the thing right there.
That's the thing. That's
we
the smoke and mirrors. That's not real life.
Right. We know this too. We know this.
It's a filtered lifestyle. We give you perfection in 60 seconds or less.
We show everything is perfect. We all do that. But do we show that day? Well, man, look, me and my girl, we just got at it. We arguing. Let's live stream that. Let's live stream.
Let's get that. Let's get this argument.
Let's live stream an argument.
When she went through his phone and she saw this, let's live stream that. Come on, y'all.
Let's do that. Right. When a dude got a situation and he cutting up, he not acting right. Why don't we live stream that?
But okay, and we understand that all relationships aren't perfect. No
course,
matter if they even.
Nothing is.
Well, exactly. You're as happy as you post.
I don't mean. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to cut you off. I don't want to cut you off. But yes, I'm gonna change the way you think, and everybody's listening. I'm gonna change the way you think. There's a difference between perfect and flawless.
And then there's also a difference between what works for us. Our level of understanding. Now,
you set your own parameters.
I don't look at others and say, oh, you know what? I would really love to have a relationship like that. Now, I was fortunate enough to see how my grandmother and grandfather soulmates. Like, I know that it exists because I was raised in the household with it. I understand that it's a real thing, and I desire that. So, therefore, I'm not on a time limit to say, hey, you know what? Before I turn such and such, I gotta be married. Because if it's not that, if it's not that level of security, if it's not that level of love, and you know what your love language is. You know, people can't just whisper anything in your ear and you fall goo goo gaga for it.
Right.
And we don't want that. We're too grown for that at this point.
At this point.
And then you can't get sucked into these reality shows when they're talking about the Real Housewives of this. Ain't none of them married.
None of them married.
They flipping tables over somebody else's.
We're taking relationship advice from single people on Instagram. But we taking relationship advice. I see, quote unquote Instagram celebrities. They doing their live streams telling people about how to date. This girl is single.
Oh, no. It gets better. You got one that's out here telling you how to love this woman. I'm like, but wait a minute, sir. It took you 8 marriages to be able to write this book.
All right.
But we don't talk about the backstory.
We don't talk about that, and people don't consider that when they try to come up with their own rules and their own parameters.
But do we have to talk about that? Is it not common sense? Do people not do their own research or independent thinking?
People don't. People will take an expectation of viewing what a level 10 marriage or relationship looks like,
and you want that at level 0.5. You're at level 0.5. You're not even level 1.
Oh, and
you want this now.
I can only imagine the pressure that a guy goes through to make sure that ring is the right ring that she can show off to her girls.
Man, oh my God, look.
The right wedding that's going to be compared to Kim Kardashian's flowers and the ones that Kanye West shut down to do this proposal. No, so is there a level of pressure for you to live up to the social media?
It is pressure because women in this society have an expectation of what they should receive and in the time frame they should receive it. Where did that information come from?
I don't know.
Mass-minded media. I don't know where it comes from,
maybe
but it doesn't come.
Mass-minded media. Maybe it comes from a desire, because I don't think
there's nothing wrong with a desire.
Every woman wants to be out here searching for that guy, or feeling as if she doesn't deserve that guy to say, you know what, I want to be with you forever because there's something about you.
What's most attractive to me is completeness.
Okay.
Like, if you are complete, if a woman is complete, then I think the things that she truly desires, they're going to come to her.
Right.
Because it's like, whenever you reach, try hard, die hard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see that.
Say, try hard,
no, you do.
Try hard, die hard, man.
You just like trying to squeeze water. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be a container, though. Let it fill you up.
You would think just because, like, all right, you holding some water, you cup in your hand. All right, y'all listen out there. All right, go to your sink and cup some water in your hands. Okay, now you think the most effective way to grab something like water would be to squeeze it tight. I'm going to get the most that I can. But if you just cup it, you will be able to hold way more.
Here's the thing. I love what you said there. I just said you got to keep the shape.
Okay. Oh.
Keep the shape. First of all, you need a mold. right?
Okay.
Find the
proper
mold.
God broke the mold
Proper
when he
mold.
made you.
Yeah.
A proper mold. You know what I'm saying?
Proper mold.
You got to find the proper mold within yourself, and then the proper mold for the foundation for that relationship.
For your relationship.
Yes, for your,
Not
because
your
every
friends,
relationship is
not your
Yes,
single
yes,
friends are
yes.
giving you all
what
this
I'm
relationship
talking about.
advice.
Yes.
Your
Okay.
relationship.
But it's just
So-
so much outside pressure. It's so
Here's outside
so
pressure
much.
for a woman that's competing with the man and his friends, though.
Okay, all right. The man and his friend. Okay,
The man,
all right.
the woman that's competing with the man and his friends.
All right, that's another
These
thing.
bromances, like
Yeah,
they will
yeah,
take
yeah.
vacations together, living their best lives. Meanwhile, they
real
come
thing.
back and tell their girls a private life is a happy life. That's not true. A private life because you know you about to shame her publicly. Oh, jab. Meanwhile, you out here taking these vacations where your bros at.
Yeah.
Y'all
Look.
taking first class flights,
Look.
talking about we out here living it up. And your girl is the one taking the picture and can't even tag herself because you about to shame her publicly because a private life is a happy
that's
life.
a whole that's a thing. Now
a whole
look,
nother
now look,
conversation.
Now,
now
I'm
look,
not saying
now
that
look.
we gotta walk them through every aspect of our relationship, but should we have to hide that we're together?
I respect. It depends on the situation.
Oh,
It
here we
depends
go.
on the
Here we
relationship.
go. It
No. It
depends.
depends. It
It's
depends on the relationship.
complicated.
Well, no,
every,
it's not.
we
It's
know
not
that every
complicated.
situation
No,
is not the same.
seriously, it's not complicated
Right.
because all this is subjective. Number one, and all of these are set by the parameters that the individual set.
Okay.
Now, if there's an individual and there's a situation when someone does have, because I've had to deal with stuff like that in the past. It was like, oh, I've heard several girls say, well, why don't you bring me on a trip? Why don't you invite me? Or sometimes it's like, I don't feel as if I can, because if I'm a man, I'm going to be a man. I'm going to be focused with my woman. If you
Okay.
come with me somewhere, I got to be a man to you. I can't just say, even if I'm in meetings, fend for yourself. Even if you would like that, I feel as a man that isn't the service that you're due.
Okay.
Because if you're present, I got to be present.
But you don't want to in your site 20/20, 365, 24/7. So I mean, if you got a meeting, chances are she can get her nails done while you in the meeting.
Yeah, that's the thing too. But it depends on
It's
how you
all
set up your
subjective
relationship
and how you
and the
set
people.
and the expectation that you and the type of person that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
This
You know
is
what I'm saying?
When
Because
if I say that it's possible, it is very possible. It is possible that because how we are and our lifestyle is, we got an assistant. Know what I'm saying? So we
Right.
we go all over the place.
Right.
So it looks like we having a good
just
time.
living the best life.
We
We
living
just-
our best
But you really
life.
working. I get
We
it.
really working.
I
And I'm
get
just
it.
like, this stuff is not as attractive as it looks. I'm just being real. Like,
It's attractive
It is
until you
attractive.
get in the situation,
Until you get in
and then
it.
all of a sudden,
Yes.
what you once loved, you begin to hate.
Oh my
And
God.
you starting to feel like you're competing with it. Like, this isn't an act that we're
Yes.
doing. This is
Yes.
really work.
This
This is
is
really a
really,
lifestyle.
really
This is really
work.
who I am.
I give
This
you
is the
an
grain.
example. I'll give an example. Like last week, or 2 weeks before, was probably one of the hardest weeks that we had. So, for example, I had a big. So I skipped the backstory. You know, we got the not tank proof nonprofit,
gotcha.
right? Tank proof.
Nonprofit teaches unserved kids how to swim. Over 2,300 kids in
Yeah.
the last 8 years that have had the gift of swimming. It's absolutely no cost for them. www.tankproof.org. Go check it out. Anyway,
Tankproof.org.
Yeah.
So we're in the city of Austin, Texas.
Right.
About to have a meeting with the city of Austin. Right. So we're meeting with the city of Austin. Fly our assistant from New York down. He
Big
comes to meet us.
things.
All stuff like that. So we know on this trip that okay, we got to do this. But then we got a phone call from our one of the guys that we work with, the guy that shot our cover. His name is Jory Lee Cordy. So we got a call from Jory the next day. Hey, what's up? We got to shoot this album cover. Tomorrow is the only day that I can do it. But we just booked 3 days to be in Austin.
Right.
So we have our meeting. Joe's back. When did we Joe's back? That night?
At night, yeah.
Joe's back that night, got home 2:30 a.m. to be for 9 or 8:30 a.m. call time in New Orleans. Go shoot the photo shoot that lasted
All
6
day.
hours.
And got right back on the plane to Austin to handle business.
Then we had to go back and then the week after I got the call the same day from this huge tech company. They're like, look, we need a video. We need some stuff. We need some work done. I need your creative services ASAP. I need to get it done this week.
So if people don't know, just for the viewers out there, you listening to Pharrell and Kanye in incarnation after them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, this is what we do. Like, we
Right.
create. It's not just on the music front.
And it's not on the clock.
Exactly.
It's not on
the
This
clock.
is what we
24
do. We
hours.
don't force it. We just flow into it. So we've had the pleasure of working with companies like we've done some stuff for Netflix. We've done some stuff for Adidas.
Yes.
We've done some stuff for Ford.
Being
We've
a
done some
vessel,
stuff
being
for
available, and being a master of your craft and dedicated to that.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
exactly.
it took time.
It took time to get there.
And
But
it doesn't just cut off once you make it
Oh my
there.
God,
No.
no.
It takes you to the next level.
It
look.
keeps growing.
And it takes you to another sense of urgency.
Yes.
And it's like, for me, it's getting used to handling it. Every level, you got to handle the weight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We're
Like
in this phase now where it feel like, I can speak for both of us, feel like even these last few months, like I turned a corner. Like every shot I'm putting up is going in. I feel like I'm on fire right now. But the thing about it is that we have to condition ourselves to operate at this level.
Yeah.
And it's a transition period.
it's like a college player
season,
going to the league.
jumping from college to the league.
All
the
season.
game
Anybody
is
y'all got some of them all seasons laying around there?
Where that's
Fifth
at?
over here.
Exactly.
Oh
Exactly.
boy, we're trying to put up these numbers, y'all. You know?
You gotta
But we
put
know the best
numbers on
players
the
don't take
board.
no time off.
This is true.
They don't.
Yeah.
They
And
don't.
then you see it in the reflection of their kids. You see it
Yes.
in the reflection of their wives, of their husbands,
Yes.
of those true soulmates and the people that pushed them.
Yes.
You said something earlier that just knocked me in my mouth. I said, oh, that boy good. That boy good. When he said you have to be a mold, but the mold has to keep its shape.
Yes.
Okay. So here it is. I could find out the things you like. Be the person you want all of a year. Now all of a sudden, it's the hoodwink. Be the one sending you the scriptures every morning, telling you the good night, sweet nothings, favorite colors. You know what I mean? And all of the time, it's a game because some women may be out here playing that game, right? So as a man, when you find out it's a game, your feelings are hurt.
Yeah.
But here's the
Yeah.
flip side of that. Then you actually get you a good woman who's doing that from a good place in her heart. How do you not give her that black eye of the one who's been fraud?
Well, I think one is being able to step out of that old situation and be able to look at this person, at this situation with fresh eyes. Like I said, you can't put you can't put new wine in the old wineskin. It's gonna bust. You know what I'm saying? We know this, right?
Yeah.
So it's literally all right.
Now, does
what's
that
done is done. I learn, right? I learn.
Yeah.
I improve. I try to make any kind of adjustment I make. But a lot of times, especially with old situations, what you need to do, you don't need to look at that person. You need to look at yourself.
Yeah.
Like, where did it go wrong with me?
It's not.
maybe it
didn't
It's not
necessarily
really.
go
It's
wrong.
sometimes. And
Maybe it just
sometimes,
wasn't
sometimes
ideal.
they said
Maybe
it might
it
not be
wasn't-
wrong because right and wrong is subjective.
And it may have
You know
felt
what I'm
good to
saying?
you. It may have been what you needed at that time,
that-
and they knew that, and they preyed
yes,
on that.
yeah,
That's the problem.
yeah,
But how
yeah.
do you bounce back
But I think
and
love-
recognize what's real after the fact?
Being open to love and experiencing love. I know
Especially
love
after being hurt. And
is
being,
what it is.
After hurting someone
Yeah.
and being hurt, it is. And I can speak from both sides of it because I've been hurt and I've hurt people. I'm just being transparent
Shame
and
on you.
honest.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm
Shame
saying? Like,
on
Facts,
you.
facts. I was thinking the other
in
day.
my
I
younger
said, Lord.
years and even in my later years, certain areas of immaturity, I'm
Yeah.
still growing in my process. Is it to the point to where I would intentionally hurt someone? No, but there are times if you are not aware, you will step down into your lower self and you will make a bad decision. But then once you make a bad decision, what do you do then?
How do you correct it?
How do you correct it? Do you correct it? Do you address it? Do you acknowledge it?
Do you hide it?
Do you want to
or
change
do you
it?
just sit back and wait for that karma?
Right.
Do you just sit back, or do you just sit back and wait for it? So it's the thing.
I done
if you're
did
in
all
a-
of it. Look, I done did
yeah,
all of
like
it.
just being real. Like I didn't experience it all. So it's like I don't want to be in the business of hurting people.
Yeah.
Will
It
people
doesn't
get
feel
hurt?
good.
Will people get hurt? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know people in relationships. Oh, she said something the other day that hurt me. Oh, oh, she did something that hurt my feelings. I know people married get their feelings hurt, but it's
Right.
fine. The hurt feeling is not the thing. It's what you do after that. Do you realize that the relationship is more important than a little riff?
Right.
If that person is valuable to you, that's one thing you got to see too.
How
It all
valuable
depends on
are
your
they to you?
personnel.
Is the juice worth
It
the squeeze?
depends on the personnel.
Is the juice worth
Because
the
I know
squeeze?
women that have taken a lot of
Wait a
stuff
minute.
from
Did
men.
he say is the juice worth
Is the
its
juice
fruit?
worth the squeeze?
Worth the
Is it worth the
squeeze?
squeeze?
Is it worth the squeeze?
Is it worth the
Is it worth the
squeeze?
squeeze? Like you seen an Instagram post recently, like this, talking about Gucci Mane wife. Shout out to Gucci Mane. Holla at
What up,
us.
Gucci?
Yeah,
You want
yeah.
work?
What's that?
When
What's
you
that
want work?
remix?
Let's work, Gucci. What's happening?
But anyway, so I saw the post and it was like talking about Gucci Mane's wife, how she went through all this,
Yeah.
went to jail. Now look, she's shining. But I'm like, women don't have to go through all that.
They don't.
But it's saying that, okay, this is who she wanted. This is who she chose to invest in. And for herself and her personal self in that situation,
It worked for
she
her.
thought that this juice is worth the squeeze.
Right.
And now we see the end product. We see a relationship that looks like it's more mature and better. But now we got women that are looking at a woman like this
Mm-hmm.
as an example. No, ladies,
Thinking
you
that that's
don't-
the blueprint to
It's
do
the
it.
That's the
blueprint.
blueprint. But no, you don't
And if
have
it's
to
on
go
the
through
gram,
all
it's got
that.
to be
No.
real.
Oh my God! Right?
It's got to
Right.
be real.
I mean,
It's gotta
surely
be
it's
real.
the truth. It's the new Bible.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. But we talk
Hashtag
like I said,
retweet that.
Hashtag right.
we are
All
seeing
of it.
things that we have. Like I said, it's just so many different impressions and opinions.
Yeah.
That people are taking opinions as fact. Truth is no longer absolute in the world that we live in today.
No.
Truth is completely subjective. So we got your truth, his truth, my truth, his truth. But the thing about truth is that truth is truth.
And it's exclusive by definition. So if it don't line up with that,
This microphone,
it ain't the truth.
This microphone is not a cow.
No,
I
it's
cannot
not.
take this thing and consume and eat it. It is not living. It doesn't have organs. It doesn't have blood running through it.
And that's the
so
truth.
the fact that me of calling this thing a cow, but no, my truth could be, I really think this mic is a cow. You can't tell me anything other than that. This is my truth.
I hope
You
that's
see-
not your truth, and please don't attempt to bite my microphone.
Oh my
No,
God,
I'm
yeah.
not. I'm not. This is a nice mic though, but can you see how skewed and messy things can be?
Yeah,
sometimes
definitely.
How murky
everything
things can get.
Everything
Yeah.
is not black and white, but the thing about truth is that truth is meant to be one of the only things that exists in this life that's
Yeah.
this is this. This is this. And because this is this, I can identify it. I can utilize it. I can reap the benefits of it.
I can appreciate
I
it.
can appreciate it. But it's one of the things that nowadays truth is no longer absolute or exclusive. So that's why I said, going back to the Gucci Mane's wife, it was something that she made a personal decision on herself. No, I'm going to stick through this. I'm going to make this happen.
And if that worked for her, that worked
If it
for
worked for her,
Hats
we need
off
to
to you,
stop
baby.
sizing up our
Hats
relationships according to other people's relationships
Yes.
because we don't know their sacrifice.
You
we
got-
don't
oh,
know.
you don't know
what's
nobody
worth
real
it.
You got
We
to,
don't
you
know.
got to walk your own line. You
How
got
about
to
that?
stay in your lane. You
But
know what I'm saying?
Here's the question for you, because you said that last year your life changed forever.
Yeah.
And the way you once saw things, it's completely different.
Yes.
And if not, it should be, because you have to shape the world that you want for your little girl
Yes.
now.
How-
So now
yeah.
you have to see this completely different, because that's
Yes.
your heart beating
Yes.
outside your body.
Yeah. Facts.
And you want to be the example of that man that she wants to bring home 35 years from now, because she can't date until.
Right. Right. Hey,
You
no
know what I
sooner,
mean?
no
It's a good age,
sooner.
it's a good age.
73.
And 70th, good God.
Yeah.
And her uncle now has to live up to that same expectation,
Right,
because
same
this
thing.
is where love is.
Right.
You know, she's going to feel that love.
Yeah.
I felt the love. My grandfather taught me how to pray at night. He made sure I was fed. He made sure I had a roof over my head. Like, I know what love
Yeah.
is. It
Yeah.
wasn't just, oh, I love you. And they also said it, but their actions.
Yes.
So right now,
Yes.
even if she can't understand or describe what love is, she's going to show that to you. So
Yeah.
how do you step up and be that mold for her so she know how to keep the shape of love?
Nah, you gotta.
Well, I
you gotta.
think-
I'll let you answer.
I think, especially with parenting and fathering, I was so nervous. I felt like I wasn't ready. I felt like, man, this just wasn't supposed to happen for me. This is, I didn't really, at the time, it wasn't something that was wanted. It wasn't something that was planned, just to be 100% honest. But one thing that I found for myself through that hardship is that, one, I have everything I need already on the inside of me to be the most amazing father to this child. Now, women don't want to admit, every child first starts with the man. She come from me now. Look,
Right. It's a-
we
oh,
can
that's
get
my
biology.
baby, and I
Look,
mean-
we're going to get a biology lesson right quick. You know what I'm saying? Look, this started with me. So this child comes from me. This child is a part of me.
Yeah.
When I see her, I see myself. Whenever she gets to the age one day where she's interested in men, she is subconsciously going to be looking for someone that reminds her of me,
Right.
that feels like me.
Right.
So in my actions, in my words, in my deeds, I don't want to overthink it, because I don't want to. I think some people really do that too. Try hard, die hard. You know what
Don't
I'm saying?
wanna
Like,
be
they really try to.
mechanical.
Oh, let me read every single book about fathering and parenting. Like, look, Homo sapiens been doing this for 20
How we gonna figure this out as we
Forever.
go?
forever. So look, it's in you to do it. You just got to walk it out. A lot of people do more talking than
Yeah.
they do
Walk-
actions.
And the fear is in walking it out. But like, going back to your question, like the fact that we're so close, we're identical twins.
Yeah, you are.
We literally have the same DNA. So
you
when
don't
I
get
look
a chance to mess up because she's looking at you too.
no, when I
Right.
look at my niece, I'm like, yeah, she looked like us. Like, she really looked like, and I feel the connection of me. So even for me, as an uncle in a secondary parental role, a secondary father figure in this child's life, I have to make sure, even more so, that my interactions have to be on point, because like you said, they're going to lean towards what they experience. They're going to lean, this young girl, this young child, she's going to lean towards examples of what the men in her life have said.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be her standard to stand on.
Right.
And a lot of women don't have that. So you deal with women who haven't had good experiences of a standard to stand on, number one, or they haven't been around it consistently enough for it to shape them.
Or even for the guys who didn't have that father role to show them that.
Guys have had the same issue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's real.
so we have people trying to build relationships. Like we said, divorce rate is at all time high.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
saying
of
that marriage
course.
is always the answer, but I'm saying is that as far as it's better to have, I'm not saying what's better. I'm not gonna go there. But anyway, what I'm saying is that
You got to tread
it's
lightly.
very-
Look,
it-
look,
no, no,
it's on the
because
record.
we're gonna hold you accountable for what
really.
you say.
No,
Right,
because
right,
really
right.
what it is, you have to realize the standard that you are standing on. Mm-hmm. And if you can't recognize it, because I had to realize some of the standards that I was standing on, me personally, how I view relationships, how I treated or went about things was wrong. Well, not wrong, but it wasn't the most effective way, because I can't say I want a relationship and you act a certain way.
Right.
You can't say you want to be in a relationship, but you out here being with all these women out here.
Right.
You can't do that. You can't say I want a relationship and then shut down communication. You can't say I want a relationship and not have to worry about communicating and compromise.
Well, according to Facebook, you can be in that relationship. You just have to mark it's complicated.
It's complicated, right?
It's complicated.
Right.
It's complicated.
Umbrella.
But in this day and age, for me personally, in my life, I want it to be simple and stress-free. Because everything else in my life moves so fast. I'm like, I feel like
I don't have time. I don't have time.
Right.
I don't have time.
Don't have the energy nor the desire for the extra stress. And if we choose to be with each other, this should be our safe haven.
Oh my
I
God,
shouldn't have to come
I was
home
gonna say
and
that.
mentally box with
Yes.
you. I
Oh
shouldn't
my
have to
God.
worry
I should
about who's
come
going to take
home
out the
feeling
trash. Because you
safe.
know what? We all want this to be a home that's conducive to both of us.
Yeah.
So if you're hungry, you know what? I'm not going to sit down and fix a sandwich just for me. I'm going to assume you're hungry too. And if you
Yeah.
don't want it, we put it back in the refrigerator.
Right.
It ain't no
Right.
argument.
Right.
You know what
But
I'm saying?
you realize people have to learn. That's a learned trait.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
learned
It-
trait.
It's a learned
You
thing.
have
It's a learned
kids that are
thing.
coming from a lot of single parent situations or situations where the marriage might not have been ideal, and they are replaying the same things that they learned. If I'm with somebody who has always been by myself, have never seen a real relationship before, of course, I'm going to be for me.
Yeah. What is your
but the
reflection
essence
of love?
of a relationship and a marriage is that, no, we for us.
Yeah.
We
So
for us. That's the difference.
Right.
Whenever either of us gets married, I'm gonna be the best husband ever, because I've been
Right.
married. I feel like I've been married for 29 years already. I know how to
You
work
have, and
with a
it's hard to
partner.
shake 'em, you
I
know
know
what
how
I
to
mean?
work with a person. I know how to compromise with a person. I know how to argue, cuss them out, fight them,
Be cool
and then
5
be
minutes
cool
later,
about
be
it,
cool
then come
5
back and
minutes
apologize
later.
and do it. You know, so I done did this already. So it's like,
this
you know,
already.
like it ain't hard. You know, but I do think just how people look at it and how they choose to consume what they see and how they interpret what they see, that makes things way harder than what it
Right.
should be.
And I think we
Definitely.
put a lot of pressure on ourselves to fit certain molds that we didn't even mold ourselves.
We did not.
We
We
just
did
took,
not.
we just looked
You-
at a
you just
mold
making it up
and
'cause
just
it
trying to
sound
jump
good.
in the
It look
bucket and be
good.
like, oh yeah, it look good. So and so did
fairy
it like
tale
this.
versus
Disney made
the
this up. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Disney made this up.
Disney made up this
Like-
kind of
Fairy
stuff.
tale versus nightmare.
Yes,
You
yes,
know, and
yes.
it just has to be the reality that we want and the reality that we're willing to work towards. And it's never an off season for that. Just
No.
like you're dedicated to that goal, you're dedicated to that dream. Is this relationship a goal? Is this relationship a part of your vision? Because if not, you're going to neglect it.
You're gonna
You know, and
neglect
I don't feel as if a piece of me has to die in order for me to get with someone who's going to help me live in the next aspect of life.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like he's
Yes.
going to be the one that God sends because it's going to fit. It's going to complement the lifestyle.
Yep.
I don't have to continuously box with you and tell you, hey, you know, gotta do this, gotta do that. Man, you know what?
Right.
Pack up the kids. We all going field
Right.
trip. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. But those are things that men have to learn as well too.
Yeah.
What you got to realize that everybody that's in a relationship right now, I'm just talking to everybody that's in a relationship. Most of the time, did any of y'all write books on this stuff? Does anybody have a direct 1, 2, 3, 4 process that works every time? No, it
For
doesn't.
everybody?
time.
For every time? For
Every time.
everybody?
So you got to
Every
realize
time.
that there has to be a level of grace that's allowed for the people that you're dealing with, because this is everybody's first rodeo. I'm not married, so
Right.
I can't think with a marriage perspective. I have to learn to think with that perspective one day, but you got to realize everything is a process.
Yeah.
Nothing is going to happen immediately or overnight. And I think patience is what's needed.
Because when
a
you
lot of
skip
times,
steps,
too.
have you ever tried to climb a staircase and there was 4 steps missing?
hey, listen,
When people take that leap of faith, right? It was, oh, look, girl, we just
jump in.
you're
Let's just
not
go
there
through
yet. You're not there yet.
You're not there.
I cannot.
So
with
when you
y'all
try to
today.
take a
Can't
step
close
back,
that gap.
and you get nervous, you want to take a step back, you falling straight through. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we see. That's an amazing analogy, but that's what we see all the time. You cannot
is.
skip no steps, whether relationships, whether business, whether whatever you're doing, you have got to go through the proper route of progression.
You do. And you know, and I have a chapter in my book, A to Z, Lord, Let It Define Me, called Goals, going over all little steps.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
And sometimes we
Yes.
just have to sit back,
Yes.
unplug. It's not you, it's me.
Yeah.
It's me. Did I go over all little steps? I can't fault everybody else around me. And then I have to start putting it down, the level of importance, prioritizing things, and being consistent.
Yes.
Am I committed to this? You know what I
Yes.
mean? Questions that need answers.
Yes.
But it gets tough when you have to question yourself before
It's
you can
tough.
start blaming
No,
somebody
no.
else.
That's what you need to do.
That's what you need. And that's exactly what you need to
Before
do.
I blame anybody else for what I'm experiencing, if I have an issue in a relationship, right? I have to say, okay, I'm having my issues with X, Y, and Z person. The problem most likely isn't them.
No.
It's how I'm communicating what I would like to see or what I need.
Or how I handled it.
Or how I handled it.
Yeah, but you play
Really-
a big role in that.
Yeah.
But really, I think if people in relationships really would look to themselves besides their partner and be like, okay, look, what if? Just no, people in relationships.
What
Think,
if?
just before you blame, sit aside and just ask yourself, well, what if it is me?
Ooh. So look,
Just hypothetically go there.
you ain't got to be in here
Just
cussing that folk.
hypothetically.
Right.
Think, well, what if I'm the issue? Okay, so if I am the issue, what would I do to correct what I'm not seeing? Because clearly there's something that's being unfulfilled that's unsettling for me. So if I'm the one with the issue, I have to find a way to communicate this. This is for people that are sure of the people they want to be with.
Yeah.
These are the people that are solidified and comfortable with their relationships, because you're still going to have problems.
Yeah, life happens.
You're still going to work through things. And when I say problems are the bad things. There's
Issues.
challenges.
Yeah.
There's things to work through. So
I like new problems though. I don't like old problems.
I hate
no,
old problems.
listen,
I like
I'm
new
not
problems.
one to keep
I love
repeating
new
myself now.
problems. Right. I love new
hold on
problems.
now.
Yeah, new problems are lit. Right, but old problems.
See, that's
That's not
me.
lit, yeah.
I am the problem in that. Look, ain't too many times I be around here trying to repeat myself. You heard me? You heard me?
But it's like, but like I said, and I want everybody to listen, like, there are no rules for this. There are no rules. And you have to understand that every situation is case by case. Somebody might need more time than somebody else. Somebody might not need more time than somebody else. But that all depends on who your partner is and who you're dealing with.
And at the end of the day,
honestly.
you choose who you want to be with anyway.
End of the day, you
So
choose.
You got
You
that
You know
choice.
what?
You
That's a
choose.
mouthful right there.
You
So
heard
this is
me.
what we finna do, because I think you told too much truth and got too many people in trouble, especially when you want to wrap it up with the what if it is me?
What if?
What if?
Right.
What
right,
if?
right.
What if? Hashtag retweet that.
Yes.
Now listen, I need to know, where can we find this? The Bros Fresh out here doing some major things.
Yeah.
Look, you can find the project anywhere music is streamed. Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all the big dogs.
Google Play,
Look, Google
Deezer,
Play. Yeah.
all of them. It's up
the ones
there.
you ain't
So
heard of. It's
Go
on
to there,
Look.
check out our Instagram at The Bros Fresh, TheBrosFresh, The Bros Fresh on Instagram. We're just gonna keep pushing out some great content. So what
Definitely.
you've seen right now is just
It's only the beginning.
it's only the beginning.
Big things for 2020, and we just cannot wait to share it. We excited to put the work in because we love the process. So that's
Definitely
good,
my
yeah.
favorite twins ever. Okay,
Yes!
doing big things, and thank y'all so much for taking time out of your schedule to be here. I expect you to show up more often.
Oh
Look,
look,
anytime you want us, we here.
anytime you call, we'll make a chance. We'll get here.
You know
Yeah.
what? Say less. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Love
Love
you
you.
too. Thank you.